Hello and welcome to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit, a show where we discuss movies from our childhood, our nostalgia from watching them as kids, how they got made, and our experiences rewatching them as adults. I'm one of your hosts, Nick Warner, and joining me as always, Matthew Pelton.
Hi, Nicholas Warner.
Dude, hello. We are back.
Usually we like to have a little rapport in the beginning.
No.
But I'm way too
not
excited
today.
for our guest.
Yeah.
Just go right to her.
Okay, today we are joined in the studio by a long-awaited guest, the one, the only, Allie Smallwood. She's here.
Hi guys,
Oh my
I'm
God.
so excited.
Hi,
I'm
Smallwood.
so excited. This is like I told you this is my favorite. My first radio show.
And
favorite.
Yeah.
And favorite. It's both.
Now,
so.
should we introduce Smallwood a little bit?
A little
How do we
bit.
know Smallwood? Do you want to take that away?
We met Allie during DKA initiation.
Yeah, wah, which none of us
during
are in anymore.
Specifically the Jenga game. I remember you were over there. It was like, I think it was giant Jenga, or maybe it was just regular Jenga. I don't
I think I
remember.
walked up to you guys and I was like,
Yeah.
hi.
Hey,
That's
you had your
true.
like Boston hat on. I
Yeah,
remember
and
like
you were wearing
everything
those,
about
you
that.
were wearing those same shoes.
Yeah, I'm wearing the
Yeah.
same
And
purple shoes
I
I
think
have
you were
now.
wearing a button-down flamingo shirt or something.
First of all, I would never own a button-down
Okay,
flamingo
okay,
shirt.
but it was
Thank you
button-down
very much.
something. What about like a kite? I don't know.
I have one with little birds on it.
I think it was that one.
Yeah,
Probably,
which I bought
probably.
for DKA.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it
wow,
was.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we all just got really close from there, and then we all left DKA.
And then we all bailed
And then
on
we,
DKA.
And then Allie started working at the Wilbur, and we all kind of had our grand Emerson experiences. And now we're back
And now
all
we're here.
together.
and
2
this
years
is
later,
all-
Talking about
All
a
came back.
crazy movie about fish with lips.
And Martin Scorsese in
and
it.
Martin
For some
Scorsese.
reason.
Yeah, so it's been a long time of us trying to get you on the show, and I'm so happy that you are here today.
Thanks for having
Yes.
me, guys.
Hard woman to track down.
Yeah.
Smallwood.
We got her.
Finally got her.
So today we're talking about the 2004 movie Shark Tale. And we like to, start the episode with childhood stories. So Allie, you picked this movie. Why Shark Tale? Why did you pick this?
Well, I mean, I thought of Chicken Little first.
Right.
But you guys,
right. We already
had
covered it.
Yes, and I
thought
love
of-
Chicken
I
Little.
thought
Yeah,
of
Chicken
Chicken
Little
Little,
rocked.
and I thought of Surf's Up.
Yeah.
And then I
great
thought of
movies
Chitty
that
Chitty
we-
Bang Bang.
we
So
both
I
did,
actually
yeah.
went through 3 movies before getting to
Right.
Shark Tale.
I know you mentioned Chitty Chitty Bang Bang a
I
while
did.
ago. Yeah.
Is
I
that on
did.
our list?
No, but we'll add it.
We'll add it
Right
after this.
I had a couple, but I got to Shark Tale because I don't know. It's one of those movies that when I think of a film that I saw in my childhood, it's that one comes to mind
Yeah.
because I used to watch it with my brother a lot
Oh.
when we were young. I guess when it came out, it was 2004, so I was 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and my brother would like watch that a lot in the car. We had like a minivan, and we would pop the TV open. And,
Yeah.
we'd put on Shark Tale.
Oh, I remember those days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
so
gets brought
that's
up a
just
lot.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose it. And I remember thinking it was funny at the time, and I
At the time.
I thought it was funny
Yeah.
again actually
Yeah.
watching it.
Okay.
We'll
You know.
get
Interesting.
we'll
Yeah,
get
yeah,
into
we'll
we'll get
circle
into
back
it.
to that.
We'll get into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's great. Pelton, let's
Okay.
hear it.
Here's the weird thing with Shark Tale. I know this movie. I know what it is, but I have no memory of this movie whatsoever.
I know this
Had you
movie.
never?
I know-
Had you never?
Well, that's the
seen
thing.
it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I was 3.
Mhm.
I was a lot older than you guys, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much more wiser.
Yeah.
you know.
2001 boy over
Dude,
here.
there's
Oh,
a
boy.
lot happened in those couple
Yeah.
months before you guys
Jeez.
were born. You know what I mean? But I know. I think I've seen it,
Mhm.
but it either didn't leave an impression on me whatsoever,
Okay.
or maybe I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I don't know. I just
Fair.
have gone my whole life being like, yeah, I know what Shark Tale is.
Yeah.
I know of its existence.
I think I have a similar childhood stories like to you because I like you said, I know this movie.
Yeah,
And I'm
yes.
aware of it. But rewatching it, I remembered nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
thought its stuff
remember
would come
being
back,
scared of the lips and their faces.
which is fair.
being
Yeah,
like
and
hyper
that's-
real.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
little scary.
And
Weird
that's
look.
something that I paid attention to.
Yeah.
Rewatching.
Yeah.
it too.
Very weird.
It's a bit strange.
Okay, so now that we have a little bit of context for Shark Tale, let's get into the production of this thing because it's
Okay.
there's some greenlit players in it, and it's pretty interesting.
Well, there's
Specifically
also-
this season.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll get to
I would
that.
say
What's
with
up?
this movie, I feel like there's one giant question mark
Okay.
in terms of what's going on with Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese.
How
How did they become a part of this?
kind of a stacked cast.
Oh,
It's kinda,
yeah.
it's
No, I'll get
huge.
into. I'll list the cast in a
Yeah.
second. It's insane. I'm not sure. I don't
Oh,
know.
you couldn't find anything.
No, I don't really know how
Interesting.
they got involved. And also, especially like now with the whole like Scorsese really leaning into like the pretentious film stuff. Do people just never mention Shark Tale?
That
to
he was
them?
in Shark Tale?
Yeah, or like
Did you
I
think
don't know,
that's a
street
good
cred
did you
question.
think that the pufferfish that he played kind of looked like
Oh,
him
the eyebrows.
in a
Yeah,
way?
totally
yeah,
looked like him.
100%.
Yeah,
1,000%. My thinking is because Spielberg and Jeffrey Katzenberg are two of the founders of DreamWorks. Spielberg and Scorsese are very close.
That's true.
And Katzenberg had a really big pull in the industry at that point. I think that might be why. It might just be a favor. So
That's true.
Who knows?
Now, is this the only thing he's acted in, Scorsese?
No. I mean, he was in Taxi
Imagine.
Driver.
Oh, yeah, that's
as the,
true.
like, the-
yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Imagine Shark Tale's like the only.
Yeah,
He's like this
that and
big time
Taxi Driver.
director,
Yeah, yeah.
but Shark
They
Tale's is
finally
only.
got him.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think those was only two roles, Taxi Driver and Shark Tale.
It's crazy.
Equal
Yeah.
quality.
Of equal
Right,
quality,
right, right.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, so getting into the production, this was directed by Vicky. There's 3 directors, but I'll give you the
Oh, wow.
director and their credit.
Okay.
So Vicky Jensen, who is again director of many things, but the director of Shrek.
Oh,
we just
no
covered
way.
Shrek.
No
Yeah, so
way.
Vicky Jensen
That's
is
city
one
back
of the
to back.
direct-
That's crazy.
yeah. Okay, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Bibo,
Oh,
Bergeron.
names.
Yeah, it's an ongoing thing.
Never looks them up beforehand.
No,
Always
never. The
struggles.
pronunciation is rough. But this guy was the storyboard artist for Flushed Away, and a
Okay.
character designer
love.
for B Movie.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Another
Cover both
director.
of those. Yeah,
And
yeah.
then-
Shrek, Flushed Away, B movie.
Yeah,
This is
all
three heavy
Greenlit.
hitters.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
one that we're going to cover in the future, the last director of this is Rob Letterman, who's the director of Monsters vs. Aliens.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
So
okay,
another
yeah.
DreamWorks. Yeah, it's a lot
Yeah,
of
big
in-house DreamWorks stuff. So this movie was edited by a guy named Nick Fletcher. Cool first
Oh,
name.
I didn't know you edited this, man.
Yeah, this is all
Congrats.
me. Also the editor of B Movie and Flushed Away. So
Wow.
kind
Wow,
of the
this is a
same
little
team.
crew.
Yeah.
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 Also, Nick Fletcher, looking at his credits, he's definitely going to be in our Hall of Fame very soon. He's edited like almost every DreamWorks.
I
He's
see,
done
this is his third
like, a lot-
time
yeah.
on this show.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's making it.
It's crazy.
We're gonna do the Nick Fletcher special.
And also, I don't know how this is possible because every piece of music in this was like a needle drop, just random
Yeah, it
music.
was, yeah.
But it said that the score for this was done by Hans Zimmer.
What?
I don't know how that is possible.
What score?
That's what I'm saying. And I think we said this the last time too because he also did the score for Megamind, and we were like, "What score?" Because it's all
it's
just
all needle
music.
drops. Yeah.
Makes no
With
sense.
Christina Aguilera. There was someone
That's
who
true.
did it was like, I don't know, she sounded like Jordan Sparks a little bit.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
It-
But
it-
I know
That was Hans Zimmer.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
they
him,
finally got him.
actually.
So yeah, I don't understand because if you look at his credits, they're both listed. Like he has done. I like went into like the specific, not just Wikipedia, like into like his actual.
You actually
IMDb, like-
fully
For
researched
Shark
this.
Yeah,
one.
like for Hans Zimmer, because I was like, this can't be true. And
They
then
got
it turns
Hans-
out,
And what-
that's
is it?
whack.
he just did.
He actually did it.
Wow.
5 minutes of score, and then they were like, all right, here's your $100 million.
Wow.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
good for
great.
him. I guess.
Again, maybe it was just a favor.
Yeah, who knows?
Probably. Yeah, with this movie.
Yeah, it's wild. So this movie had a $75 million budget. 74 went to Hans Zimmer. And then 1 went to the rest of the cast.
Yep.
But it grossed $374
Whoa.
million, which is one of the rare greenlit heavy hitters.
Yeah, I made a lot.
Yeah. Also, weirdly, DreamWorks. Every single DreamWorks that we've covered is like a smash hit, which like makes like Megamind was huge.
Yeah.
Shrek obviously was huge.
Mhm.
Well, yeah.
This was huge. It's
How
insane.
did this compare to Shrek?
I think Shrek made 500.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes,
it makes
that makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
wasn't
one
it
made
something I remember? Like by the end of
370.
DVD sales, Shrek was close to like $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
Shrek
think it
was no
grossed like
joke.
450 in DVD sales in like a week or something.
Yeah,
They
it was,
also,
like,
I mean,
ridiculous.
with the Shrek series, I
Yeah.
mean, there's how many movies?
There's
3?
like 4 and then like 2 or 3 spin-offs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So with this
They're
one,
making
there
a
was
5th
just
or something like that.
one. So I guess it actually is pretty impressive that with just one movie,
Yeah,
it grows.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
374. Yeah,
And,
and
that's
for a
not
movie-
including DVD sales. This
Yeah,
is
and
2003.
like you said,
so.
like no spin-offs, like nothing. It
Yeah.
just kind of was.
Which I'm
that's what it
surprised
was.
by that. Once
Yeah.
you said the number.
Yeah. Hey, Megamind 2 came out this year, so Flushed Away 2
That's
is coming
true.
soon.
That's true.
Shark
we just gotta wait our
Tales.
time.
Yeah,
Shark
it's
Tale
our
2.
Tales.
Shark
Yeah.
Tale 2.
Yeah, because okay, that was the anomaly that I wanted to talk about. Just very briefly before we get into the cast of this. When you initially sent this to me, you said Shark Tales,
Yeah.
and then when you told me, you were like, "Oh, I'm so excited to talk about Shark Tales."
Yeah.
It's just Shark Tale. This is
Yeah.
like
Which
this
is
weird
weird.
Mandela effect thing, right?
Yeah, it's like Bernstein Bears and stuff.
yeah.
It's Shark
It's
Tale
just Shark Tale.
singular.
Bernstein.
Yeah.
Berenstein?
Exactly.
Yeah, I always thought it was Bernstein Bears.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things. But
But
moving
also,
on.
okay,
Oh,
wait.
go
I
ahead.
think I might have figured it out.
Yeah,
So again, I always thought of Shark Tales, which I think just sounds better.
sure.
Me too.
But I watched this movie last night with Allie, not
Yeah.
this Allie.
Yeah.
Allie
Last
Juice.
week's guest.
Yeah,
Allie.
last week's guest Allie. We've had
And not
two Allies
next week's
back to
guest,
back.
Allie. Well, kind of Allie.
We have 3 Allies.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
quitting.
Alex, but
I'm
we'll get to
walking.
that. We'll
That's
get to
ridiculous.
That. Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, we watched it, and obviously there's a lot of like weird mafia stuff in this movie because of Robert De Niro. It's like
Right,
Goodfellas-esque, whatever. But there's also A Bronx Tale,
Yeah.
which is just the plot of this.
Yeah.
So Shark Tale.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
got it.
I thought
There
of
you
that. I
go.
was like,
Yeah.
no, it's not Tails.
It's
Yeah.
Tale.
Tales
Yeah,
from
it's just a
Riverford Community College.
Coming soon.
I had to sneak that in there.
Okay, yeah. I had to always have to get it in.
We try to shout
Shameless
out one
plug.
of our projects
Yeah, every
at least
time.
once a week.
Yeah, so going into the voice cast, this thing is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So this includes Will Smith, Robert De Niro, Renee Zellweger, Jack Black, Angelina Jolie, Martin Scorsese, Michael Imperioli, and weirdly enough, the director of Turbo, David Soren.
Really?
Yeah, or David Soren. I don't
Okay.
know.
Interesting.
Yeah, crazy. That's also DreamWorks, so it might be another favor. Just like he's in the
Oh,
studio.
he's
They're
in
just
the
like, oh, we
movie
need a
was
voice
just a big
of
favor.
like yeah, exactly.
It has
yeah.
a weird kind of favor vibe
Yeah.
to it.
It's insane. Okay, so this film was initially announced in April of 2002, just
Okay.
before I was born, under the title Shark Slayer. And after about a year and a half under that name, DreamWorks wanted to make it more family friendly, so they went with Shark Tale. But they initially wanted the film to be a darker and more of a noir, but the studio said, no thank you to that idea.
You know, that's not the first time that's happened. That's
Yeah,
like
robots.
the robots
Yeah.
effect. Yeah, we're
Mhm.
supposed to be way darker at first, and they changed it.
And was that wasn't DreamWorks, was it? Robots?
I
think it was
don't
Sony.
think
That was
so.
Sony
Yeah, I think it was
Animation.
Sony.
Yeah. But I was gonna say that that happens I think a fair amount.
Yeah, it
The
starts.
studio's
Same
like,
with Shrek.
it's animated though, so it shouldn't be dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with Shrek.
Same with
yeah,
Shrek.
yeah.
I think I gotta be honest. I know you love this movie, but I think Shark Slayer is a much cooler name.
It's a pretty cool name.
Right, come on.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
Shark
more
Slayer.
intriguing than Shark
Yeah,
Tale.
it's
Yeah.
a lot more intriguing than
Yeah.
Shark Tale, singular.
Singular.
Well,
Shark Tales would be
yeah.
a little bit
Now
more
that I would go
intriguing,
watch.
It's the
right?
sequel.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you.
Shark Tale, we'll make it.
It's gonna be full CGI. Okay, so this film was produced in almost the same timeline as Finding Nemo because it was
Oh.
right around the same time.
Uh-oh.
But Jeffrey Katzenberg, who by the way is in the Greenlit Hall of Fame, just had to mention it.
Hey, congrats.
said that they were in open communication with Pixar and that any similarities were purely coincidental. I think that Katzenberg was either a part of Pixar or Disney Animation right before he left to make DreamWorks. So like, he was always like a kind of a player with both teams. So he was kind of like, hey, no, any relation to Bruce the Shark, that's just purely coincidence.
got it.
Yeah.
To kind of cover.
I will say
them.
my one memory of this movie was the big shark attack scene. But then I was watching it and that scene never happened. I'm like, oh, that's from Finding Nemo.
Yeah, right.
I got the wrong fish movie. It's just like a weird, like when they did Bugs Life and Ants and it was at the same exact
basically.
time. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
And everyone kind of knows about. I mean, a lot of people know about Shark Tale too, but like not
Well,
as
not-
much
no,
as
no, no,
Finding
no.
Nemo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, couple more things before we get into plot. Although there were no McDonald's collaborations with this,
Dang.
this film had a marketing partnership with quite a few companies.
Okay.
Burger King being one of them.
Oh.
Kellogg's, General Mills, which is now all of the cereal in existence.
Wow.
Coca-Cola, and HP, Hewlett Packard. Yeah, crazy.
That's
stuff.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's a Shark Tale cereal?
Yeah.
I
You know
want
what?
it.
There's a
And
Shark Tale like printer. HP.
Wow.
Dude, I
Yeah.
want that.
They didn't really, at least I didn't see last night, they didn't really put any of that
Yeah.
in there. They put Gup,
Yeah.
The Gap.
Yeah.
I
know they
and
had
that's
had
like
Krispy
really kind of
Kreme.
the yeah.
Yeah, it was a big
Kelpie
one.
cream.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was kind of it in
Yeah.
terms of like
Yeah, that's true.
I think in our face marketing.
Yeah.
that,
Right,
like, I
true.
saw.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of, in like the little town square, I know they had like a Burger King, but again, it was like a different name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kelpo King. I don't know.
There's also like a Coca-Cola one, but it goes like
Maybe,
Coral
yeah,
Cola
Oh, so
or
you
something.
saw more than I
Okay,
did.
I guess so.
Clearly. You
Yeah,
saw,
they
you
did
saw
have some
the
I
sort
caught a
of
lot of them, yeah.
There were a lot of puns, like a
There
lot
were a
of
ton,
fish puns.
yeah.
But we'll get to that in just a second. I want to just mention two more things. So this film was nominated for an Oscar.
Whoa.
Wow.
For animated feature up against Shrek 2 and The
Oh.
Incredibles. This is also at that point where they were only nominating 3 movies for this
Oh,
category,
okay.
which was a very
but
weird
not
time.
Finding Nemo.
No, I think Finding Nemo ended up being released a different year.
Oh,
I
it
wanna
was
say. I
a
think it was like the
different
year
year.
after.
2005?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, okay.
It was in the next year. And The Incredibles ended up winning. But it won a Kids' Choice Award among many
Hey.
awards for favorite voice actor in an animated film for Will Smith.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then one
That's
more
fair.
thing. This is the craziest thing in my opinion. This film premiered at the Venice Film Festival,
What?
which blows
Deserves
my
it.
mind.
It deserves it.
And was projected on the largest inflatable screen in the world, measuring over 6 stories tall. It required 20,000 cubic feet of air to inflate and over 50 tons of water for stabilization. And this was done for
mean-
spectacle to make headlines to further market the movie, which it did. That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't
If
we?
that didn't work,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would, like,
Katzenberg
really-
openly was like, we just wanted to do something that would blow people's
Okay,
minds.
attention.
Yeah.
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 Didn't we premiere psychedelic toad on that thing too?
At the
I'm
Venice
pretty
Film
sure we
Festival?
used that. Yeah, the giant inflatable.
Yeah, that's how you
Yeah.
how you're supposed to do it.
That's how you're
Yeah.
supposed to do. I thought that was
If
just
you don't
common.
know, no,
Right,
that's
yeah,
how
no.
you get people's attention.
Exactly. I didn't know Shark Tale started it.
Right.
Yeah, but we've really,
Yeah, we
you know,
up the ante
You
here.
let
we up the
chicken.
ante here. Yeah.
So that's all I have for production. All right, are you guys
So
ready
nothing
to-
super
Nothing
crazy, just a couple
crazy.
weird details.
Yeah. We again, I feel like a lot of DreamWorks movies like are just like the weird like. Okay, the pipeline was pretty normal.
Yeah,
but there's a couple weird like. Okay, this was a favor by so and so. This is how it premiered. Like it's just like
Exactly.
random things.
It's like
Nothing like a nightmare fuel.
No.
For
It
production.
usually starts
Yeah.
off darker, then DreamWorks is like, nope.
Yeah,
That would have
okay.
been so interesting if
Yeah.
you had your list of things that like this show that happened in the
Yeah,
making
yeah.
of the show, and they were all crazy.
Oh, it's
Well,
happened
that's
before.
happened
I-
many times.
The Emperor's New Groove is the main one.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was a
of. That one's
big
crazy.
one.
And like
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas, Henry Selick directed it, but everyone thinks that
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton directed it, but Tim Burton
excuse me.
produced it, and he like was a nightmare on set. Like he like would just like destroy editing
Yeah.
bays because he was like, "This is my
Wow.
vision," even though like he wasn't the
Wow.
director.
didn't
Yeah, it
direct
was
it.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's a couple crazy stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy for
Nothing
for
about
Shark
Shark Tale. Yeah, not
No.
yet. Not until the sequel. Then
Yeah,
it's gonna go
that's
crazy.
Shark Tales.
Yeah, Shark Tales. Okay, so we open with the classic DreamWorks logo, a thing that I miss dearly.
Yeah.
And a little extended
With
version
the-
of it. Yeah, where
so
we are
good.
put into the
Yeah.
world of the sharks.
Mhm.
So like the little, the kid on the moon with the fishing pole, he's
Yeah.
a little worm on it, he throws it into the water, and then boom, we're in the story. Like it was a perfect transition.
It was
Now,
with the
okay.
little worm.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
When did Ice Age come out?
I don't know, but when I was watching this on Hulu, it was recommended that I watch Ice Age next.
Oh, really?
That's all I know.
There you go. Because I saw the worm and I was like, oh, is this like their version of like the squirrel and the
2002.
nut and all that?
2 years before.
2 years
Yeah.
before. Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. So potentially.
2002?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I was alive. I
When
don't know
this-
about you guys,
Yeah,
but
I
not
was
me yet,
too.
Not
I
me
was
yet.
too.
dude, front row in the theaters for that one. You know what I mean?
Actually, let me see when Ice Age debut. Actually, it doesn't matter. Anyways, we'll get to that in a future episode.
Point is, it had a very
Yeah.
similar Squirrel Ice Age vibe.
Right.
So I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Which just save that nugget of information, then we'll circle back.
Yeah,
Put
right.
a pin in
See
it
why.
for now.
Yeah.
Put a pin in there.
Definitely. Okay, yes. So we get a news reporter that tells everyone that the sharks are gone, and we get a very kinetic and vibrant look at the city with different businesses using fish puns, as we mentioned,
Yeah.
and really fleshing out the world this movie takes place in. So this is where we kind of get the sense of there's like a city with the fish in it, and the sharks are the big bad guys that whenever they show up, everyone kind of scrams, and they're like,
Big
we don't
bad
like the
guys.
sharks. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're scary.
Which, by the way, we tend to shout this out on the show, so I feel like I have to give Shark Tale some credit.
Okay.
I like the little world of Shark Tale.
Yeah, the world
Yeah.
I
building
do
was
too.
cool.
I thought it was super creative.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, with like we talked about this too, but like Gup and
Yeah,
the coffee
right.
cream, like
Yeah.
I thought it was cute. It was like a nice touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
It was cool. I liked it. It was
That
very
I
like
didn't pick up on when I was younger.
right. Yeah.
watching
No.
it.
Definitely. You're
Yeah,
just
it was-
like
it
this
was
is
not
this
as,
is what
like,
it is. Yeah.
Even though it's like the logo, and I'm sure they still got
Sure.
money for it, at least they like made it somewhat creative and different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you're right. As a kid, you wouldn't think like, oh, I want to go to Burger King. You're like, no,
Right,
it's
right,
like a cool
right.
little fish version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, not to mention, it's just like it's a very vibrant, like well fleshed out, like city.
Yeah,
just like a
yeah.
city in general. Like
They did
it's
a
just
good
like
job.
cool. Like the buildings are well designed. They have a cool like
Colorful.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I
everything
want to be
is
a little
fun.
fish.
It's
It's
fun.
interesting. Yeah. So we learned that there is a shark problem in the city, and no one knows who can save them from it. They're trying to figure this out, and that's
Yeah.
when we are introduced to Oscar, who
Will
is Will
Smith.
Smith. He is. I wrote down. He is a hip fish.
Nice.
And that works at a whale wash. That he wants to be rich. This is like kind of his thing. He wants money. But we kind of get a little bit of backstory where he wanted to be like his father, who also worked at the whale wash, but then his friends made fun of him, and he was like, "You're poor," and he's like, "But
Tongue
okay."
scraper.
Yeah. So we find out that he owes 5,000 clams, which is dollars,
Yeah.
to the shark mob, which is kind of the main storyline. You finally
Yes.
get to it.
Run by Robert De Niro.
Right. More specifically, to his boss, who is like one of the henchmen of Robert De Niro, a pufferfish, who is Martin Scorsese,
Yeah.
and he has the eyebrows and everything.
And
He talks. He
everything.
does.
Also-
things.
also-
It's kind of
Scorsese
cool.
is
Did you catch that Robert De Niro has a little mole? They gave him the
Yep.
little mole
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. It's Oh, it's so cool. And and he basically, what happens is he, freaks out and he's like, I'll pay you back. And then Scorsese's like, you have 24 hours or I will kill you. Basically.
They just straight up,
like,
I will murder you.
Yeah, I will murder you.
This movie gets dark. I will say,
Crazy.
when you said start off as dark, that's not that surprising.
Yeah.
Like
Well, it's about the mob. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really about the mob. Like, I feel,
Which, again, I didn't pick up on that when I was younger.
never.
What's the mob?
I don't remember
like
any part of this
a
I don't know if I
5-year-old.
saw it when I was
Same.
younger.
Right.
I was rewatching this and I was like, oh, I never knew the plot.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
never.
really?
No,
Yeah.
I never knew it until obviously rewatching it. I was like, that makes sense.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wild.
I will say, I want to guess, like, okay, if Shark Tale got pitched now, I feel like there's no way they would let that torture scene that's coming up later.
Oh, yeah, no
There's
way.
no way they would let that happen.
With like the Jamaican jellyfish?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's,
no,
he's
no.
all
Absolutely not.
tied up. He's just
Yeah.
getting stung over and over again.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Yeah, it's crazy. Although, to be fair, I feel like I haven't seen a whole lot of animated movies like recently, like the new animated movies. So I don't know if that's still like an acceptable
Like,
thing
straight
nowadays.
torture?
Listen, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like what
Maybe.
it conveys, it probably wouldn't be.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
By
I
one of the
agree, I
Marley
agree.
sons.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Especially after Bob Marley One Love. It's the greatest movie of all time. Okay, so then we see Lenny, Jack Black, who is the son of the shark mob boss Robert De Niro.
Yes.
And what's the mob boss's
Don something.
Yeah,
It's
they're all
based
Don
on
something.
like the
Don
Leon. No,
Leon or something?
something like that. I
Don
feel like it's
Leon?
based on
Something.
basically every
mob Italian movie, yeah.
every Scorsese movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's weird because I literally just watched Goodfellas like less than a
Yeah,
week
I
ago,
know,
and
yeah,
I was
we were
watching
talking about
this, and I'm like, oh, I was
Yeah.
watching Goodfellas again.
Yeah, just with animated
This looks
sharks
familiar.
and
Yeah.
facial lips,
Kind of the same.
which I will never
Kind of
get
the
over
same.
the lips. It
Yeah.
freaks me out. Okay, so we then see Lenny, who is the son of the shark mob boss, and he's struggling to eat a shrimp because he cares deeply about sea creatures and isn't as tough as his brother or his father, who wants him to take over the family business.
Yeah.
Also, we find out later that he's vegetarian, which is weirdly like an important plot point to this story.
Right?
Yeah.
And kind of like a key
Right.
little
It is.
message.
Yeah.
Did you guys think that he was rewatching it? I was like, oh my God, Lenny's queer coded.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
for sure.
100%.
For
Are you
sure.
kidding me?
Yeah, no,
I'm so
definitely.
happy you
they
just said
made it,
that.
They made it so obvious.
So
Yeah.
So
obvious.
obvious.
Like, there's
Yeah.
more to this story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're like, real. What does vegetarian mean?
Right.
This is a metaphor
Yeah.
for
Because 20
something.
years ago, too, it wasn't
Oh no.
talked about
Yeah.
nearly as much as it's
No,
talked about
they
now.
couldn't put that in a
Especially not in
kids
film.
movie.
No.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
not an animated film.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no shot.
Yeah.
Because
Um,
even now, I'm sure there'd be a little pushback trying to get in like a
For
kids
sure.
movie.
Do you
Oh, you're
remember,
preaching
like,
it to kids kind of
Not
thing.
that anyone even saw this movie, but Strange World, the Disney movie, where they had
Yeah,
an
no one saw
openly,
that, but-
an openly gay character, and there was so much pushback.
Oh,
they
there
were
you
like,
go.
you can't put this in an animated movie. You can't put
Yeah,
this in a kids
people
movie.
got
For
pissed.
sure.
Yeah, and
so
then
they had
no
to
one saw it anyway,
disguise
but-
it 20 years ago. They had
Yeah.
to disguise it with calling him a
Vegetarian.
vegetarian.
Right? Yeah.
So what? Your son likes kelp.
Right,
That's what,
yeah,
that was
right,
one of
right,
the
right.
lines.
Yeah, that's
You have to
true.
accept your son for who he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
We were like,
this
come
vegetarian.
on.
Why
Yeah.
is it such a
on
big
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, not totally separate from that. Jack Black's voice, I didn't recognize
I
it. at
neither.
first.
I neither.
And I was
A
like,
lot-
who? I couldn't figure
high-pitched.
out like who the characters were. Well,
Yeah.
actually, beside like Scorsese, you could easily
Yeah.
tell. Like
It looks
Oscar,
like
you
De
could tell.
Niro,
Right?
Will
Yeah,
Smith,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But this was one where I was like, is that like I know Jack Black's in it, but is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be so honest. When you were just reading the cast, you said Jack Black.
You
I was
didn't
like,
know it was
oh
Jack
Who is
yeah.
Jack
I was like,
Black?
who is
Yeah,
he?
yeah. It's not as obvious.
It's really, yeah, he did a good job.
Right.
I don't know if they pitched him up or that's him, but
Yeah.
whatever they did.
I mean, it was
works.
also 20 years ago, so I don't know. Maybe he just had a higher
Way
voice.
higher
Yeah.
pitch.
Who knows?
True. Or, I mean, he was playing that flamboyant
No, true.
vegetarian
Yeah.
shark. So
Back when it was
Kelp
okay
loving
to
shark,
like do the
baby.
voice.
When it was okay to do that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can see that.
Right. Okay. Excuse me.
It's
So
not
Lenny
okay.
is sent with his brother Frankie to be taught how to be a big bad shark. And that's kind of where we leave them for now. Oscar gets the 5,000 clams by selling his best friend / lover. We don't really know in the beginning. We kind of figure it out eventually.
Later, yeah.
Is this the pink fish?
Yeah.
Angie?
Angie,
Yeah.
Renee Zellweger. Yes.
Which, okay, I need to talk
Oh,
about
there
her
you go.
for a
Well,
second.
there you go.
Because we, not recently, but recently enough to where I remember the movie pretty vividly.
Okay.
We watched B-Movie.
Is
That
she
is
in that?
also Renee Zellweger. She is the woman that talks to Barry.
Oh.
And for some reason, I don't know if it's because I haven't seen a lot of Renee Zellweger movies, But I could not get that image of her saying, and the bee is talking to me, like out of my head every single time
I
that
actually
Angie
didn't know
spoke.
that she played the woman that falls in love with Barry.
Exactly.
I didn't
Falls in love with
either.
the bee. Yeah.
We just watched the movie not that
Yeah.
long ago. I did not remember that.
I cannot separate the voice, like her voice and that character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't separate her from two things: Chicago
Yeah.
and
Fair.
Bridget Jones.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
all I was when
Yeah.
she was speaking
Neither
through
of
Angie.
which I've seen. So
yeah,
there
I
you go.
was like only thinking of those two.
You've never
Oh.
seen either of those?
No.
Even I've seen Chicago.
Hey,
Wow.
And it's me.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
I guess. Yeah. I'll add it to
Season
the list.
4. Season 4.
Exactly. But so Oscar sells a pearl necklace that is from Angie's like grandmother. So he sells it, gets the 5,000 or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think
he
so.
gets it back.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
I don't know. But he gives it to Sykes, who is Scorsese. I'm going to interchange those two names.
It's
I'll
just
probably
Scorsese.
just say Scorsese.
Yeah.
And then he gets to a seahorse race the next day with the money in a
Yeah.
little, envelope. And Sykes is there, Scorsese's there, and he's like, okay, I'm going to give it back to him. And then he overhears a conversation where two fish are like, the seahorse race is rigged.
Rigged.
This is the one who's going to win. I think it was like Lucky Day.
Lucky Day.
He's like,
Lucky
oh, it's my
Day.
lucky day. I like
Lucky
that. Yeah,
Day.
that's fun. So he's like, he has this moral dilemma. He's like, oh, do I, pay him back or do I get rich? Like, let's go. And he goes up and he's like 5,000 on Lucky Day. And he's like, I think he was like 200 to 1. And he was like, that'd make you a millionaire. And he's like, well, I guess I'm a
Now I
millionaire
have to
then.
do it. Yeah.
Yes. So then Scorsese.
Now, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're forgetting a very crucial element.
Go,
Remember, he
Lola.
puts down the money. Yeah, who does it attract?
No, I know. It's in this
Our
paragraph.
girl.
Yeah. It's in this paragraph. So...
I'm so excited.
Yep. Here we go. Yes. So Sykes, Scorsese, catches him red-handed after a superficial fish named Lola.
Lola, enter Angelina Jolie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Come on now.
Tries to get with Oscar for his money. And she
Yes.
like openly admits, she's like, I am superficial. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
only want you for your money.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I just got to put it out there.
Yeah.
I know she's a fish.
Oh, no, don't tell me you're
I'm
attracted.
not. No, I'm just going to say.
I'm so happy you're bringing this up because I was like, why are they making her hot?
They
Why?
had made her hot.
And you
It
know
was
what?
a little
They
weird.
did it. Mission accomplished. They
Yeah.
used Angelina Jolie. I mean
they
it's
used
kind of
her
impossible
well.
to. They were doing the close-ups,
Yeah,
they were
come
just like
on, it
putting
was a
Oscar
bit-
against the
The
wall, and you
sexy
see
music.
like the
Yes.
I'm like they totally wanted us to be like
Lois.
Lola,
Yo.
and it worked.
It kind of worked.
Dude,
I'm so happy Smallwood's here.
And it
Thank
worked.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of course. You know that I was gonna be
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all up in
all
that.
over
Yeah,
it, yeah.
all over it.
there was one thing. No.
Joe, they sold. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
when they got
no,
Angelina
obviously.
Jolie.
Yeah, yeah,
Come
for,
on.
for the adults watching.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean,
Yeah, there was probably one dad that was like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
One
all
dad.
of them. Everyone. I think
Me,
I'm
the
going to have
dad.
to call my dad after
So
this.
me and Smallwood
Yeah.
were the dads in the
Uh-huh.
back.
I'm like, Dad, do you remember Shark Day? He's like, Lola?
Lola.
He's like, dude, I watch that
Angelina
movie
Jolie.
once a week, son. Do I know Shark Tale?
Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, so Sykes like, catches him red-handed because Lola's like, he has all this money. What are you
He's a
talking about?
millionaire, yeah.
And he's like, no, like she was like, he just bet 5,000 clams on this thing. And he's like, what? That was my money. And he's like, all right, come with me. You're done. And he like brings him over and he's like, you better watch this race and hope that your seahorse wins. Because if not, I will kill you again.
I will
Like,
straight up kill
yeah.
you. Yeah.
And he has the two like jellyfish henchmen, the
Which
Bob
one's a
Marley
Marley?
guys.
Yeah.
Marley.
Yeah.
Just so wild.
So the seahorse that he bet on gets a late start, but catches up, which is wild because in like the in the track that's hard to do.
Let's
I
go
was
Lucky
impressed.
Day.
Yeah,
He's no joke.
Lucky Day is in first, and then trips over its own body and loses. And Scorsese freaks out and leaves his two Jamaican jellyfish henchmen to take care of him.
Yeah.
That's
and they kill him, and that's Shark Tale.
yeah, and that's it.
And that's
the
the
end.
end.
Roll credits. Directed by Matthew Pelton.
Yeah. You
so-
know, okay, I'm just going to put it out there for the world. Shark Tales is just going to be Lola the whole time.
The
Oh, yeah.
whole,
The whole
I'm
movie.
so glad you said that. You
Yeah.
can direct it, Lola. We'll get Katie Current back in there
Nice.
too.
We're going to get them all
Good.
back.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm directing
This
this one.
female-driven
Rated
Shark
R.
Tales. Yeah.
Rated R. Only female fish.
Yeah.
Only female
We're gonna
directed by
we're gonna
me.
up the CGI
Yeah.
a little bit so it looks a little bit different.
Hyper
Yeah, a little more
real.
realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, rated X.
Hyper real.
Rated X.
Rated X, Shark Tales.
So as they torture Oscar, Frankie uses, the two jellyfish and Oscar as an easy target for Lenny to practice, his attacks on. But he fails, and he frees Oscar. You know, he goes over and he's like, I'm gonna get you out of here. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, it tastes like chicken. Yummy. Ooh, this is great.
What'd he do?
And then
There it was. Okay.
And one more time.
There it is. Okay.
So he escapes, and then Frankie, gets fed up with Lenny's antics, and he goes for the kill himself before getting hit with an anchor and dying.
Okay, I have a question.
The big turning point of this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, I was not expecting a death in this movie at all.
I wasn't either.
Yeah.
Because
I
the
actually,
Lenny,
and you know what? I forgot about it too. I was like,
Oh,
wait,
no way.
Because remember, I
didn't
remember the plot of this movie
No,
at
yeah, I
all,
don't
and
think
so
any of
I
us
was
did.
like,
Yeah,
he
that's fair.
died.
and
Yeah.
Lenny
He just
goes
straight
over
up
and he's like
dies.
so sad, and I'm like, no,
I know.
no.
I kept waiting for him to just go to hospital or something. But no,
Yeah.
he's dead.
No,
dead.
fully.
I was stunned.
Yeah.
Okay, but I have a question.
Yeah.
So the anchor hits him from the top.
Yeah.
So does that mean the anchor was being dropped
Yeah.
and it then hit him?
Yeah.
But anchors go quite slow.
Oh,
So
I
how
hear-
did
I
he
hear what you're
not?
saying.
Yeah, I was like, I saw it. I'm
Right,
like, wait,
and
how
you're
did that just
you're a
happen?
Shark too, so
Yeah.
how couldn't you?
Like you couldn't see that
That's
or
a
move
flaw
out
in
of
I
the
see what
way.
you're saying.
Like when it happened, I'm like, wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
I'm confused.
No one thought about it like that while making the movie.
Clearly,
They go
they're
slower
a little distracted by
because
Lola,
it's
you
in
know
the
what I mean?
water, but I feel like, yeah, Jesus Christ. But I
They just
feel
get
like,
back to he just dies.
just have
Whatever.
to
Get
bring
back
it
to
back to
Lola.
Lola.
go back to her. Go back to her. Oh, close up. Chest up. So no, I think it. Yeah, you're right.
It was a little weird,
It's a little
right?
strange. I
Yeah.
feel like they needed to kill him off, and they were like, the
Exactly.
anchor's
They
the
just need to
best
kill him. It's like a
thing.
shark, so we're
Yeah,
kind of
right,
kill
right,
him.
right. And he wasn't
factor.
moving, so it's like, it was floating down. It's heavy, crushes his
Yeah,
skull.
it's just a
he's
weird.
done.
I'm
I
like,
see
that
what you're
moves
saying.
I mean, and look, for
slow.
a 5-year-old, you're not picking up on that.
No.
That's fair.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Unless you are.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I mean,
I don't even know if I watched this.
yeah. So
Okay.
Frankie dead.
Dead, absolutely
Yeah,
dead.
rest
This
in
is the-
peace,
this is
Frankie.
the turning point in the
Yeah.
movie. So the jellyfish
Wah,
come
wah.
back and deem Oscar the Shark Slayer.
Yeah.
This is
Professor
what,
Oscar.
Yeah, the Professor Oscar from Tales from Riverford Community College coming soon. So the town finds out that he killed this shark. So Oscar lies and he's like, I killed him. Like
And he
this
becomes
is
a shark slayer.
He's the Shark Slayer. Everyone loves him.
The name of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. And Scorsese takes over as his manager and to try and cash in on his whole success. And the shark mob has a proper funeral for Frankie.
No, okay, I have one more question.
Yes.
Not to nitpick Shark Tale, but I
Sure.
know that's what I do almost every episode.
Well, that's the whole point of the show.
Yeah, but I really want to get back to Lola.
Yeah,
But
Jesus.
so okay.
Obsessed
Martin
with this
Scorsese takes over as manager for Oscar.
Yeah.
And then I kept waiting for the scene of Robert De Niro being like, "Hey, you're managing the guy that killed my son." Because they're like in cahoots, those two.
Yeah.
But they never address it.
But it doesn't. I feel like Scorsese's character was kind of like he wanted a way out, and this was it.
Oh, I'm sure.
And so he just was like, I'm cutting ties.
Yeah, but I was just shocked that Robert De Niro had no problem with, hey, my main guy.
You can get away with that in an animated
Yeah,
film.
I also don't know
Yeah,
if they
that's fair.
if De Niro's character ever really knew who the Shark Slayer was until Scorsese was like, I have him on the phone. I'm like now his manager.
True.
It
that
was
is
like so
true.
like way
Right.
later in the movie
Yeah.
where they actually found out that he was
Yeah.
managing him.
Right, but I
don't
actually
know.
I hear what you're saying.
A little bit,
and
right?
when and
No,
when
I get it. Yeah.
he was on the phone and maybe he didn't know who he was speaking to.
Right.
Who really was the Shark Slayer.
Yeah.
I remember thinking too, like, that's it.
That's
Yeah.
it, exactly.
That's
Like, that's the best you
that's
got.
it. But again, you can only get away with that with an animated
Right.
fish
Yeah.
film.
And again, we later find out that Robert De Niro knows Lola. So I'd be a very happy man as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Not a care in the
kind
world.
of though, because she shows up and it seems like she only shows up to get back at
That's true.
him.
But
So
still,
it-
if she shows up, all my worries.
okay,
go
yeah,
away.
sure.
That's
all right,
it.
all right.
That's
I don't
it.
need anything else.
But
Yeah.
the funeral,
My son who?
The funeral for Frankie was actually kind of funny because
Yeah.
they were bringing him
was.
out and then they they opened the casket and then he just floats up.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, he
so
does.
funny actually.
He's like really
Yeah.
wrapped like a mummy
Yeah.
for some
Yes.
reason.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was-
everyone's like kissing his hand. The
Yeah.
the big
Yeah.
Goomba. The
It's
the
very
guy.
Italian,
Yeah, it's the
mom movie.
Brought me back.
Yeah.
Brought me back to my Italian.
I was like, this is just
upbringing.
like your uncle.
Yeah.
I don't mix
Uncle who's in
Italian
the mob.
family.
No.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Your uncle is Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Well,
Fun fact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Robert
Oscar,
De Warner.
I don't exactly know how this happens, but he gives back the pearl necklace to Angie. I don't know if he bought it back or got a new one or what the deal
I
was.
guess.
They never really
Yeah.
explained it.
But she was upset.
Yeah.
She was because she
Rightfully.
loves. I think it's important to note that Oscar doesn't want to be a nobody.
Yeah,
But
right.
he thinks he's a nobody.
Yeah.
But she loves him
yeah, for who he is.
despite it.
Right.
It's very beautiful.
You know,
But Lola,
it is. Lola's
beautiful Lola,
superficial.
wants
she knows
him to be a somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know that
Which-
she's superficial.
Right.
Yeah.
And she shows up because now she's excited because he has money.
Now he's a
Shark
shark
Slayer.
slayer.
Now he's the guy. Yeah,
Big
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
So someone in the town or the city, whatever it is, announces that there's a shark and Oscar has to go handle it to keep up his status. Everyone's like, oh, we have the guy now.
We have the shark slayer.
You have to go. And he's
Yeah.
like, ha, I got this. And he goes,
Okay, Jerry Seinfeld.
yeah, I got this. Oh, no. Okay, yes. So he runs into Lenny, and they realize that they need each other because of their situations. You know, Lenny can't return home because he's exiled for,
Yep.
you know,
Being a
Being
vegetarian.
a
vegetarian.
Yeah. Wink,
Um,
wink.
clothes.
exactly.
Yeah.
And Oscar can't return home because, you know, Lenny will tell everyone he's a liar, and then everyone will find out he's a fraud.
Yeah.
So they're kind of both in the same situation. So he lets Lenny kind of hide out at his place while he takes care of business as usual. He is kind of upkeeping his, you know, status, you know, the whole thing.
Is he still working at the car wash or the
No.
whale wash?
Whale wash?
at
No,
the
because
time?
I think
Or did
he
he-
basically, I think there's like an interview with, I forget her name.
Katie Curran.
There you go.
Mhm.
Katie Curran, naturally. And she's like, oh, are you going to stay at like the whale wash? And he's like,
No.
I never really worked here
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
You
that's
tried
right.
to dismiss it.
Right. So Scorsese calls De Niro
What
and
a
tells
sentence.
him, exactly, it's just like, hey, you want to be in a movie.
Yeah.
And he tells him that his client is going to, you know, kill him.
Of course.
And he tells Oscar that he's going to, you know, kill him for the assassination of his son. De Niro gets on the phone with him and he's like, you're dead. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
You killed my son. You're done. Like,
Yeah,
that's
you killed
that's
De
the end.
Niro's son. It's
Right.
game over.
So Angie finds out about, you know, how Oscar lied and everything, and he
Wah,
convinces
wah.
her to keep quiet about it and convinces Lenny to play into the bit, showcasing Oscar's fake talent to the city. And he dies, right? Like, he kills
He
Lenny.
like fake kills
Fake
Lenny.
kills Lenny.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So then he dresses up as a dolphin to he's like
Which-
now a new character.
Yeah.
Is awesome.
Yeah.
Sebastian, the whale watching dolphin. When, do you
Wow.
remember
Right.
that's what he says when
Yeah.
he comes out and he's in
You have a
blue.
good memory.
Yeah, I did not remember that at all.
It's blowing my mind.
She like lifts up like her sleeves as a
No,
tattoo.
no.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I
Sebastian
have
the
it.
whale watching.
I was
shark
watching
slayer.
it.
Just-
I know. I was watching it with two friends last night,
Yeah.
and they quoted that, and they were
Oh,
like,
that's
"You don't remember
great.
the quote?" And I was like,
Oh, no
"Actually, no."
way.
So I have to. That's on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
A little shout out.
So Lola kisses Oscar on camera, and it makes Angie jealous.
Yeah.
And
Best
you
moment
know,
of the movie.
she loses it on him. She's like, you know, this is the worst. You're the worst. Why
you're
are
the
you?
worst.
You know?
I loved you.
Right.
I loved you because you were Oscar. You
Yeah.
were somebody to me. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Knows the
I
whole
wish
script.
I really wish I
on
could
you.
quote it. I really wish I could quote it.
Okay, I
I
will
can't.
say I love Lola,
Mm.
as we all know.
Yeah. No,
I made
you
this very aware.
I mean,
lost
yeah.
at this.
Yeah, but I'm Team Angie. Let's be
yeah,
honest.
no,
Angie's the best
100%.
character of
I
this whole
mean,
movie, right?
In my heart of hearts, Team Angie.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
But
I get it.
super
You know what I mean?
But I get it.
I get it.
regular
But I
day.
get it.
You
Yeah.
know?
I would probably do what Oscar did too. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
If it happened on a random Tuesday, I know
Yeah.
who I'm thinking. So she loses it on him. She like confesses her love and everything in a very angry, you know, manner for good reason.
Yeah, for
And
good
you know,
reason.
he storms off and eventually realizes that he loves Angie back.
Yeah.
And he dumps Lola. That's the end of their
Boo.
relationship. He's like,
Boo.
I have a crush
they're
on
gonna
this
come
girl.
back in the second one.
Yeah.
Shark Tales.
We're
I
gonna
also
bring her back.
like-
Lola driven. Yeah.
This is why I love Lola and why she's getting the sequel. It's because he breaks up with her and then she beats the crap out of him.
Oh my god! It's
And then tries to
crazy.
murder him.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Just like throws him against the glass.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. She goes crazy.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
Hey, listen, if you're into it. So he goes to tell Angie that he loves her, and he gets a phone call from the shark mob, that they have Angie and that they're going to hold a meeting to figure everything out. Like that's kind
Yeah,
of
they're having a
it.
sit down.
Right. Yeah.
Big moment.
So they get to the meeting, and they're all Lenny, you know, Oscar. They're freaking out, but Oscar's like, okay, I I gotta keep up my face. I gotta, I'm the shark slayer. We got this.
Also, I have a question for both of you.
Yeah.
So when I got to the sit down, I did not know that was going to be the third act ending.
Right.
Like I checked the time and I'm like, oh, we have 17 minutes left. Yeah. Like the ending really came not out of nowhere, but I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it does. It sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's mostly a first act, and then like it's a quick second, and Angie and Oscar break up, and it's right. It's like, okay, we got to end this thing.
Right.
It was a very like.
And then by the time
jarring.
you check, by the time you check, and you're like, oh, 17 minutes left, you're kind of ready for it to be.
Yeah,
wrapped
a little
anyway.
bit.
And they start dancing, and you're like, oh, okay, rad.
Exactly. Like
Christina Aguilera comes on.
Yeah,
you're like,
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess it's over.
This is gonna be a 4-minute outro of them dancing. Let's go.
Yep. I'm glad you realized how long that was.
So,
too.
I kept skipping 10 seconds. I was like, what's happening right now? We'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
But yeah,
We're gonna get back to my pin too. Don't forget about my
they
pin.
go to the table, and it's the shark mob.
Yep.
Lenny's there as a dolphin, the whole thing. So Robert De Niro threatens to. Saying Robert De Niro in this sentence is so funny. Threatens to eat Angie. Robert De Niro himself is like, I'm going to eat this fish.
I'm going to eat this woman, Angie.
Yeah, if they don't surrender. But Lenny, quote unquote, eats her to try and save her and keep up the act and everything.
Right.
He's like, I am the big bad dolphin.
I'm forgetting. As Lenny or as Sebastian the whale watching dolphin?
Sebastian the whale watching dolphin.
Yeah, Sebastian fake.
Yeah,
ate her.
fake.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got
yeah.
it.
And then he quickly regurgitates her because obviously vegetarian.
He likes kelp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then we kind of realize, okay, he rubs off the paint or whatever, and he takes a little thing.
Not Sebastian.
Exactly.
Oh, my boy.
Yeah, my boy, you're back. Day of my daughter's wedding. Yeah. So
Why you do this to me?
Yeah. So, yeah, the shark mob realizes that it's Lenny, and Robert De Niro chases Oscar to kill him.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro swimming through the water in his old age and just going at it.
Hey, if he can do it in The Irishman, he can do it in Shark Tale.
They de-aged him for this movie.
Exactly.
So Oscar traps Don, Robert De Niro, in the whale wash and confesses that he isn't a real shark slayer, and that the whole thing was a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
And he convinces Don to accept his son for who he is. And
a kelp-loving boy.
A kelp-loving boy. He loves that kelp.
So what if your son likes kelp?
Exactly.
Best line of the movie.
Best line.
Wow. Amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
And the sharks and the fish make up. Angie and Oscar kiss. The whole movie ends with a 10-minute dance party. And all is well in the world. And
because Christina Aguilera's on.
Exactly.
That's
it. That is Shark Tale. That's the plot. There's not a whole lot that really happens. It's like 4 major things.
You have to know a couple things. Lola.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Angie.
Lola.
Robert De Niro. Lola and Martin Scorsese.
Lola.
Got it.
Lola.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, I think Oscar is like the least interesting part of this movie.
Actually, that's true.
I know.
That's
yeah.
true. But I do think having Will Smith voice him was such a good choice.
Yeah, if they didn't get someone like that, I think it would have fallen flat.
Yeah, I think so too, because I don't want to say he brought the character to life because he's a fish. But you know what I'm saying? Like, in a way, like he made it more engaging.
Yeah, I think he definitely did.
Yeah. With like his inflections and everything. And I agree. I think really only like Will Smith, maybe at that time, only Will Smith could have done that.
Right.
Yeah, only a few actors could have made this work. I'm sure there's a lot of like improv lines in this too. There's a lot of like
sure.
It felt very Will Smith specific, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
See, without him
with him for like they had him in the booth for like 12 hours, and like after 6 hours he just did all the lines, and they were like,
well, now what?
Okay, well, what do we do?
Yeah.
Paying you for all this time, let's riff.
You know what we should do in our sequel? We should have Chris Rock be a fish.
Yeah.
And then include,
I agree.
somehow include
Yes.
that. I think that would
also,
be a
it's so funny. So the one thing I forgot to point out with like childhood stories and stuff, my only memory of this movie was the shark scene, which turned out to be Finding Nemo.
Right.
And for some reason, dude, I would have put all my life savings on the fact that I thought this was Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
I
did not remember this.
Not a bad guess.
Yeah,
honestly.
right?
I had a dream last night that Chris Rock was Donkey in Shrek.
Was
Really?
Donkey?
Yeah, so this is weird that this is all kind of
It's all
connecting.
weirdly
Yeah,
connected.
Chris Rock
Yeah.
was Donkey in Shrek,
Eddie
and then Eddie
Murphy
Murphy
was
switches
Shark.
to Eddie Murphy switches
like,
to Shark Tale.
Yeah.
Will Smith is Will Smith.
He still slapped somebody.
Yeah,
But-
and you said that. Crazy.
I could have sworn Eddie Murphy was the lead in this movie.
Yeah, weird.
Not even close.
If
Yeah, no.
I didn't look at the cast and you told me that it was Eddie Murphy,
Would you'd believe it?
I think I probably. Well, I mean, I'd question it. I'd be like, it sounds like Will Smith.
Yeah.
But
It really does sound
if
like Will
everybody
Smith.
was saying it's Eddie Murphy, I'd be like, okay,
That's
Eddie Murphy.
fair.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Eddie
that's
Murphy.
fair.
Yeah, you could have convinced me that Lenny was anyone but Jack Black, and I
Yeah.
would have been like,
that's true.
very
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
That's true.
So what was the pin that you wanted to come back to? Was that
Right.
Was that
okay.
it? No.
Here. Okay. Well, we'll get to. I'll do it with final thoughts. I'll get
Okay.
back to the pin.
So,
Yeah.
Allie, being our long-awaited guest, final thoughts. How did this hold up rewatching it in the present day? Good, bad? What would you like? What'd you not like?
There were definitely parts of the movie that I had forgot. I mean, I didn't know the whole
Yeah.
plot line really, so that was interesting getting to like watch as an adult now.
Right.
I think really seeing like the fish town that we talked about earlier was like
Yeah.
super creative and
Yeah.
would have been. It probably was a super fun project to work on.
As an animator.
Yes,
Yeah,
as an
100%.
animator, a voice actor.
Yeah.
I think like an editor. I think being a part of it would have been so much fun. There was a part of the movie that we didn't talk about because it's like super childish, but I thought it was hilarious. Do you remember I forget his name. The one fish, he was like brown, and he's at some point in the movie he like farts.
Oh yeah, during
Do
the
you
funeral.
Yeah, I
it was
think it
during
was
the
that.
funeral.
And
Like
he
one
was
of the
talking.
orcas like died.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and he was
Yeah.
talking and he farts, and then like
Yeah.
some character behind him like like
He, like,
reacts
passes
to it.
out or something.
That
yeah.
was so funny.
Yeah.
I was like, that's something I definitely would have found funny when I was younger.
Oh yeah, me
and
too.
I still find it funny
Yeah.
today.
I giggled. Definitely.
But it made me laugh.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that like I'm glad I rewatched it with friends.
Same. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
rewatching it alone would have been fine, but I think
Yep.
watching it with people.
Sorry, Nate.
Yeah.
You know, but I think rewatching
It was
with
okay.
like
I'll get to
other
it.
other people
Yeah, definitely.
made it funnier.
That's fair.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
I agree. I think for me, it was kind of exactly that. I watched it by myself, so I kind of was like, I was missing out on like a couple of the.
Mhm.
Okay,
Just
this
someone
would've
to
been
look
fun.
over and be
yeah,
like, "Oh my
okay,
God."
this is crazy
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Scorsese has a way bigger role than I initially
It's
thought.
shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge. I thought it was just like, oh, he
Like
just
a
did a
cameo or
favor,
something, yeah.
and he was in it for like a second.
No, it must have been a pretty big favor.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm
And
so
he probably
curious.
made so much money.
Yeah.
How much was the budget? 75 million?
75. I'm thinking at
70.
least, at
Yeah.
least 72.5.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think it's one of those things where revisiting and not knowing the plot, I was kind of like, okay, I'm really weirdly discovering this for the first time in a while. Like, I
Yeah.
just didn't, nothing
Yeah,
really
that's
clicked for me.
true. Yeah.
So it wasn't outright bad, but I didn't necessarily love the whole movie because there wasn't that like nostalgia factor, and I wasn't like, oh my God, I forgot how like insanely
Sure.
good this was,
Yeah.
like with Shrek.
Yes.
But yeah, it wasn't terrible. The fish lips still freak me out. Like I'll never get
Yeah,
over
the
that.
anime-
It's
well, I will say,
the
like-
hyper realistic faces like
Yeah.
really weird me out.
Watching it with my friends last night, they kept mentioning about they just kept mentioning the animation and how
Yeah.
it kind of freaked them out.
Me too.
And they were
Yeah, it's a
like, the
weird look.
movement freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on that.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know if that's just because I don't really pay attention to that.
Sure, that's the first thing I pay
Because
attention to.
you're,
Yeah.
you're probably used to it too.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Like, there's a good chance we haven't even seen this movie at all.
yeah.
You know what
Oh,
I mean?
definitely. Yeah, no, right.
But
Yeah,
yeah, you guys are I don't consider myself necessarily a film.
that's fair.
So
That's
I don't
fair.
Yeah,
my
I
eyes
get
don't
it.
directly go
Yeah.
there. But I
That's
mean I
fair.
can see like the animation definitely is pretty freaky,
Yeah.
especially when they did like the close-ups, like the fish
Right.
lips and
It's
everything.
Yeah,
interesting.
there's a lot
is.
of weird creative choices with
Yeah.
the animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I thought some of the humor was good. I thought the story beats were not like atrocious, which is good for this show.
Let's say, yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Scorsese was fun. So that's I had a pretty good time with it. It was okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, very middle
Out
of the
of
road.
5 stars, how would you rate it?
Kind of like a 2.8, 3.
2.8.
Yeah.
2.8. Why 2.8 over like a 2.5?
Because I was like, I enjoyed it more than half.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I
Interesting.
guess
Interesting.
maybe.
It was the fart scene.
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
were,
it
that
did
got
it.
me.
That got me the
That got me.
2.5 the
Yeah,
whole
The
yeah,
fart
yeah.
and Lola.
Damn.
And
Yeah.
Lola, yeah.
Dude,
really.
that's a 5-star
Lola was
movie right there.
2.5 of the movie.
If she
and then
was the whole
0.3 was
movie,
the part. Yeah.
That's a 5-star film.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
It would have won out the Oscar.
Exactly,
It was
yeah.
all
Sequel.
Lola.
It was like a
The
few
sequel.
scenes with Lola away from beating out The Incredibles.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Okay, to get to my pin.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, what did I say my pin was again?
I don't remember.
I said remember.
I don't remember.
Do you remember my
Oh
pin?
shit.
Okay, point is, I don't remember exactly what movie I compared it to, but there was an element of it that I'm like, oh, it's like this movie.
Yeah.
And then here's what happened to me throughout the whole film. Every like 10 minutes, I was like, oh, it's like this movie. And I was like, oh, it's like this movie.
Bronx Tale?
Oh,
No.
there's that as well, but it wasn't that much specific.
Okay,
but
okay.
Also like the Italian, which is like a nod or whatever. That's even
Goodfellas,
different. Yeah. But like the ending, you have the dance sequence, which is very Shrek. Also
Yeah.
DreamWorks, you know what I mean?
That's
That was
the
just a
most
Shrek
DreamWorks thing
thing.
ever,
And all of those elements, for me, is what kept it from being like, I really enjoyed this to like, it's okay. You know, it's just like a combination of a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
Definitely.
You know, it was a very
So
like...
the music and the dance elements is what made it stand out to you, or make it like that all that more entertaining, would you say?
In a way, because also I feel like a lot of the early 2000s childhood movies we cover have a lot of needle drops.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm like, this just feels like,
One of those.
like a copy and paste early 2000s DreamWorks
for
movie.
sure.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
sure.
It didn't feel like it was really doing anything very new and different.
Right.
Besides, I guess you could say like the fun little nod at the Italian mobster movies.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, which I guess is really just for like the adults in the audience.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the dancing and like the music, it's very 2004.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Very-
the
it's
most
very early
2000s.
2000s.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very early
Extremely.
2000s
Got
in
a
a
lot
way
of
that
those on
like
the show.
it's not the first one to do it.
No.
Like with,
Yeah.
with Shrek, I'm like, yes, it's early 2000s, but like it was the first one. Like this is what
Yeah.
started this.
Also, I think this is not chronologically in terms of release, but this is the fourth ending a movie with a dance party we've had on the show.
oh, there you go.
Which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Whoa.
That's,
Maybe I'm
that's
just sick of it then.
10% of our show. So we've had
yeah,
roughly 40
that's
episodes.
true. We had 40 episodes.
And there's at least 4 or 5 of them that I can think of.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
Which is
almost 10% of our
wild.
show is
Yeah.
just ending with dance party,
That's
which is
fair.
wild.
but yeah. So I agree. I think I agree with you. I'd probably give it 2.5
Yeah.
instead of 2.8.
Yeah.
But I thought it was okay. Some of the jokes I laughed at, some I didn't, but some worked.
Yeah.
And I think there's a Lola, so that definitely helped.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was like, I've seen this.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. And one final thought on Shark Tale.
singular.
Singular. I can't believe this got greenlit. There we go. Awesome.
It just felt
wonderful.
right with you,
yeah,
Smallwood.
it felt
Guys,
good.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
having me.
Thank you for
so
finally
much.
coming.
Thanks for
being
watching
here.
the movie.
Yeah,
you
please.
know,
That was the
I
hardest
hope
part.
Of course.
I
We
hope
had
it
to
was
Smallwood
like you
on
were
the
watching
show.
it and you were like, oh, I'm glad I'm watching this.
Well,
You know?
I was watching it excited that you were going to be on the show.
Exactly.
I was
Yeah,
like,
me
I was
too,
excited
me
to talk
too.
about it with
I'm excited.
you. So I was
I'm
like, this is great.
so happy that I was
Yeah.
able to talk
This
about
was
it.
such a
I
fun
watched
time.
this and I was
having
like,
me.
I don't really want to be watching this, but it's for Smallwood.
Smallwood. Yeah, exactly.
Guys,
It's been a
thanks.
long time coming, so thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
And
Yes, thank you.
thank
Love you,
you
Smallwood.
all, the listeners, for listening. Tune in next week for yet another DreamWorks film.
What do we have?
We are covering Kung Fu Panda with the one, the only Alejandra Cordova. Alex is going to be on the show. Very, very excited to have her.
And
but
Jack
yes,
Black's returning.
Jack Black is returning.
He's
Dude,
coming back.
He's gonna get a 5-timers. I'm
We're
telling
gonna
you.
purposely make it happen.
And the editor of this movie maybe might be the editor for that movie too, so he might get 4.
We'll find out.
We'll see.
From this movie?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. We will talk to you next week for Kung Fu Panda. Bye. Bye.
Bye.